Hi, I'm attorney Dave Maldonado, a seasoned litigator with over a decade of experience in Montana. Have you been injured in a car accident? If so, remember insurance companies want to give you as little money as possible. There's a reason why they have the biggest buildings in the largest cities. Don't let big insurance bully you. Visit BigSkyDefender.com today to see how I can help you get fair compensation for your injuries. The consultation's free and the fight's real.
You ready? We'll begin with your opening statement.
Group effort. Our season's been a little bit of a roller coaster ride. We've had some talented guys that have expectations for themselves and have some goals that they're trying to reach. And when you have so many guys from so many different places and so many different experiences, sometimes it's hard to bring them together, and that took us some time. I think the last month what you've seen is this group come together. They found a way to play as one. I think anyone could be sitting at this podium tonight, and it's kind of been that way for us the last month, as different guys have stood out. I think both these guys had career performances in two different ways. Dischon Thomas probably has the best defensive game, definitely of the season, in terms of his ability to man up down low by himself without requiring help, and the way he rebounded the ball. Contested a lot of shots and changed a lot of things in the paint. And then Aanen Moody got hot and stayed hot. But the biggest thing for us is we moved the ball very well and got explosive offensively in the second half. And we were able to outscore our opponent. Hopefully tomorrow we can defend a lot better.
Thank you, Coach. We'll now open up to any questions you guys have for our two players.
Hey guys, Andrew Howell from Skyline Sports. Aanen, their coach mentioned that they switched up their defensive coverage from last time. They're switching a lot more ball screens, switching a lot more actions, and that was putting you in mismatches. Did you see the same thing?
Yeah, they threw a different coverage at me. I feel like every 4 or 5 minutes of the game, they would just kind of rotate through switching, and then they would hedge. And, when I'm aggressive and I come off those ball screens to shoot, there's really nothing that they can do about it. And then, if they do switch, we have mismatches on the post. And they would go try to double the post, and then we get open shots. So, we have a solution for every option that they want to throw at us.
When did you know that you were feeling it tonight, that you were shooting it well?
When I woke up.
Dischon, Travis talked about your defense, so just how would you say this game went for you? Just what was working for you down low in the post, and you had kind of your hands full tonight and you were able to get it done?
Honestly, just going into the game with the mindset of if I'm not scoring, I'm going to find other ways to affect the game. And just going into the game, I just had a mindset that I was just going to buckle down and get the job done defensively, whatever it took.
And for you, you've been such a scorer all year, so like that progression of defense, have you seen it throughout the year? Like you personally, just where you maybe felt you've grown the most?
Yeah, definitely. Just this is my mindset. Just going into games and just taking the criticism and applying it on the court.
For both of you guys, just you guys have experience playing in conference tournaments, but just getting this first game under your belt, how key is this, and to see that you guys weather some adversity as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. That's kind of been the name of the game for us the whole year, is fighting through adversity. So, what better way to fight through it at the conference tournament and then get a chance to advance and hopefully play for a championship.
Aanen, we know you like to have fun out there. It looked like you're having fun again. What was that like, kind of playing in that tournament atmosphere?
Man, it was awesome. The crowd was great. A lot of people came out to support. So I definitely need to acknowledge the fans, the UM fans that came out and just cheered us on. They gave us great energy. My teammates gave me great energy. And I just kept feeding off the positive energy, the momentum that everybody was giving me. And, that's just the result that you get from that.
Sean, what was it like maybe watching that, NAU upset Eastern, and maybe you guys are watching that and all right, we gotta play because anybody could beat anybody in this tournament?
Just watching it, it was crazy. It just goes to show like how competitive this conference is, and that anyone can win, anyone can beat anyone.
Aanen, Twitter wants to know, after your performances of late and today, will the Braids be back for tomorrow?
I think it's official that the Braids are back and they're here to stay. They're not going anywhere.
Twitter. Who played him on it?
A professional.
Aanen, career highs in both points and assists. So how did How did you go about balancing being a scorer and a passer, both of those tonight?
I just think that when I'm making shots, especially inside the three-point line, it just opens up so much of the paint. The big has to come up and he has to contest those shots because I'm shooting them. And when he does contest them, the roller was open, as you saw almost the whole game. And there were some times where when we had the DHO ball screen, there was sometimes we didn't get a roller and we could have got even more points off of that action. So I think it's really just that they have to respect the shot. And then the passes were open.
I'd imagine probably the biggest role you've played in a conference tournament game. So what's it mean to you to be trusted with playing such a role?
Yeah, it's something that in my 6-year career now, I haven't had to bear the weight of expectations, and I haven't had the trust. Nobody's given that to me except Travis DeCuire. So I take it. I'd never take it for granted, and I appreciate it. And like I said, when I woke up this morning, I just made a decision that I was going to come ready to hoop, and I did.
And then, as we talked about before, NAU getting the upset, and you guys get to play them tomorrow. Your previous career high, at least this season, against NAU about a month ago. So, what was it? What are you kind of expecting going against them, especially them coming off a huge high win in that game?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely had a great win last night against Eastern. But as far as some of their ball screen coverages and the way that they guard actions, I think we're going to get a lot of similar stuff as we got tonight. We'll see if they try to switch and do that with Carson and Tout. If they do that, they're going to have to double the post with Josh Aanen and Dischon Thomas anyway. So, like I said, whatever a team throws at us, we have a solution for it. So, we'll just have to wait and see what they do.
Dischon, after a couple games where you didn't score a whole lot and having a big night tonight, what's it going to take for you and I guess the rest of the team to have a big performance against NAU?
Disrespecting our opponent, just going into that game with the same mindset we had today. And the first 4 minutes of the game, just locking in defensively and making the right reads and just competing out the game.
Thank you both. We'll now open it up for any questions you guys have for Coach. Thanks, guys.
In just a few minutes, small business owners can now sign up for Blackfoot Communication Services. Whether it's dependable voice options or internet services, sign up simply by visiting blackfootsmallbusiness.com. Click on the services you wish, select an installation time and date, and you're done. Small business services at the touch of your fingers. Connect to more with Blackfoot Communications and blackfootsmallbusiness.com.
Coach, Idaho State also had a big night offensively. What were they doing to attack your defense?
They turned McKenzie loose. They're a very well-coached team. And so they've found some things execution-wise, ball screens, off-ball screens. They run very different offense than pretty much everyone in the conference. And so they're an adjustment. And so I think for us, it took us a while to get our flow offensively. And I think our offense affected our defense, and we weren't playing hard enough. But a lot of it really was just their ball movement, their movement off the ball. They got them a lot of high percentage shots early in the game. And so once we settled down, did a better job fighting through screens, and made some adjustments on ball screen coverage, and we were able to get enough stops to win.
Travis, Aanen had 28 points, but he also had 7 assists. Just where have you seen him grow as a playmaker and be able to utilize that scoring to also make plays for others?
Aggressive patience. It's hard. When you have a young man that can score the way he can, shoot the ball the way he can, you don't want to take away their aggressive nature, but you also still want them to play within concepts when you have so much other talent around them. You never know who the hot end is going to be. So for him, it's been an evolution. It took him a couple months to get comfortable in terms of being aggressive and being Aanen Moody, but having an understanding that he's got some good players with him. And he's found a way to be aggressive, look to score, but like you saw tonight, he made some of the right reads and made the defense pay when they overhelped. And so hopefully he can continue to do that through the tournament.
And then along with Aanen's three-point shooting, obviously Brandon was able to drive and get stuff in there. So that second half, when you guys were getting points from inside and outside, just how much did that maybe help you pull away late?
Our ball movement was dangerous, and when we played with pace, got up the floor quickly, we had a lot of clock. And the offense we're running right now, the floor is really spaced. And so if teams are going to fight through the screens, then the guys with speed like Brandon Whitney can turn the corner. There's not a lot of people in the paint because we have so much shooting on the floor. So if we continue to have patience and be aggressive within that, I think that the spacing should provide us some open shots. And when you have a team that's balanced like us, you've got to decide who you want to take away. And I think a lot of teams have keyed on Josh Bannon and Dischon Thomas, and so because of that, guys like Josh Vasquez, Brandon Whitney, and Aanen Moody are getting open.
They were obviously doubling in the post every possession early on. Walk us through what that was like adjusting to that. And it seemed really at halftime, especially, you guys came out with a good plan. Right,
and Bannon did a good job executing out of that the first couple times they did. But his teammates weren't really getting to the right spots. We've got a couple things that we do when the ball goes in, when we know the double's coming. And so that was a discussion we had to have in the second half. And once we did that, we were able to expose it. We got a couple threes, and they kind of came out of it after that.
How happy were you with just the way that your team responded in a game that was back and forth early on, and then you were able to take control when it mattered and kind of cruise through it?
If you want to find yourself in a semifinal and maybe be fortunate to be one of the final two teams in the championship, you're going to have to play through struggles. That's what the conference tournament provides, the struggles. There are going to be blowout games, and teams are going to make adjustments, especially if it's someone that you've beaten twice. And so to come out with a level of aggression and play with confidence and be focused is going to be important regardless to whether things are going your way or not. And I thought our guys did a good job of that tonight. They were very effective coming out of timeouts. I thought we did a good job executing out of timeouts, which the game of adjustments. And, playing against Idaho State, you're always going to be ready for something that they're going to do special out of every timeout. And so that's why it took us so long to come out of those huddles.
When their big man, Braden Parker, picked up that fourth foul, and you guys really seemed to put the game out of reach at that point. Just what sort of impact did that make on the offensive end when you guys were him being off the court?
Well, he demands so much attention. When you have a post player that's as physical as him and can score over either shoulder, but also can pass out, he forces you to play a lot of one-on-one. And fortunately tonight, our opponents did a good job of defending him, but he was starting to heat up a little bit before that fourth foul. So I think that was a big turning moment for us. We did a good job of taking advantage of that. We made our free throws, and then we got off in transition on a couple stops.
What would you like to see better on the defensive end tomorrow against NAU?
Contain guards. We need to do a better job containing the guards without exposing ourselves to three-point shots and post wide open at the rim. So our level of physicality and our ball screen coverages, our handoff coverages, those are things that are going to be important for us in this game.
Last night, what are you going to have to do knowing what their mindset's going to be, running off the high of a huge buzzer beater like that, and then having that confidence, especially when the game gets tight?
I think that's been our whole conference. Our conference right now has the most games decided by one in the last possession in the country, right? And they've lost a fair share of those, and they've won a couple of those. And we were 3-6 at one point in time because we've been losing those games too. And so now you've got two teams playing against each other tomorrow night that found a way to win close games at the right time. So it's going to be who can survive the struggle, right? And we know they're confident. We lost it in overtime at their place. We won a very close game at our place. So both games have been decided really to the last possession. And so hopefully we can find a way to win without it coming down that way. But you got to take them how you can get them. Just play your best basketball and whatever opportunities present themselves, take advantage of them.
Great. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Travis.
Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any town pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road. Pump it up. Oh, yeah.
Coach, when you're ready, we'll take your opening statement.
Yeah, credit to Montana. I thought they played extremely well tonight. Moody had an unbelievable game and performance. Our team, I thought that offensively we played well enough to win a conference tournament game against a really good team. We shot 52% from the game, 42 from 75 from the free throw line, and only turned it over 7 times. On most nights, that should be good enough to win. We just had a miserable defensive performance in the second half.
Thank you, Coach. We'll now open it up to any questions you guys have for our 2 players.
Hey guys, Andrew Howell, Skyline Sports. Brock, you shot it extremely well tonight. You made a ton of tough shots. Was that the environment of playing in this conference tournament for the first time, or the looks that they were giving you, or just what was it?
Yeah, I knew my team expects me to step up in these moments. Fortunately for me, the ball was not blue. I just tried to leave it all out there, man. Like, didn't know it was going to be my last game. So I just went out there and just had the mindset of I'm just going to give it all I have. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough.
Austin, you've been there for both years under Coach Looney. Do you feel the program's taken a step forward from last year, or how do you feel just about this year?
Yeah, no, I definitely think we're in the right direction. It stings right now. It sucks. But, to be able to put us in a position where we had a first-round bye, I think was big. And, we had a tough start to our non-conference season, lost a lot of close games. But I think to be able to bounce back in conference play and put ourselves in a position where, we had a good chance at winning the tournament, even though we lost today. Obviously, we got that first-round bye, I think was positive. And, I know, obviously, I've been here with Coach Looney and his staff for 4 years now. And no doubt in my mind that this program's in the right direction. It's going to take time, but I know that we're moving definitely in the right direction. So.
Yeah, also with Moody, what made him so hard to defend tonight?
He's a great player. He's a great shooter. He's constantly moving. They had a lot of good actions for him, running him off screens and stuff. And, even I felt like some of the shots we made, we had a decent contest, or we were playing decent defense. And a player like him, you let him make a couple shots early, and that hoop starts looking really big for him. So, just credit to him. He's a great player and a great game.
He's a really good player. They hurt us in a different way the last time we played them. We played our traditional defense the last time we played, and with that in our ball screen coverage, felt like Aanen and Thomas lit us up. We made a decision to be different today and switch a lot of those ball screens and handoffs, which for portions of the game put Moody in situations where maybe he was mismatched a little bit. He got it going.
Was there ever any thought on just double Moody when he had the ball?
Oh yeah, there was a lot of thought, and we did, like, in all those timeouts in our huddles, we were changing what we might not look like it, but we were changing what we were doing defensively. He was still making shots.
Any more questions for our players?
Austin, most career games played, most career minutes played in ISU history. People can't go on enough about you and what you've left at ISU. Your legacy means a lot. How do you feel that you have left a lasting impact at ISU in this program?
I don't know, man. I hope it's been a good impact. Just thankful, honestly. Grateful to have been able to have played there at ISU and played in Idaho. I'm from Idaho, and man, it's just been a blessing. Thankful for Coach Looney for believing in me and giving me an opportunity to be able to play and compete, man. It's just a lot of emotions, so many memories, so many battles, so many games, so many practices, so many ups, so many downs, man. I'm just thankful. It's just been a wonderful experience. Grateful for my wife. grateful for my family, thankful for all my teammates and my coaches, man. That's just all I am right now. Just 100% thankful. Might not have won as many games as I would have liked, but just grateful for all the blessings that I've received from above. And I know it comes from there, and I'm just 1,000% thankful for everyone who supported me, everyone who believed in me, everyone who's helped me.
Rob, same kind of question. What do you think was most about playing your 1 year here at ISU?
Yeah, I think I just got to thank God for blessing me with the opportunity to play a 5th year, keeping me healthy for all my 5 years. Just continuing to use my platform to honor and glorify God and my family. And yeah, I mean, I was blessed enough to know this guy right here, Coach Looney, and he talked about it in the locker room after the game. Like, he's been watching me since I was 16 years old, recruited me out of high school. Obviously stayed in touch, and as family, and fortunate enough to have that 5th year because of COVID, and just being able to get recruited again, and Coach Looney giving me the opportunity to make that jump from Division II to Division I, allowing me to continue to play, and help turn this program around. I'm forever grateful for this guy right here. So, yeah.
Thank you both. Now open up to any questions you guys have for Coach.